Well, the presidential primary race is moving into the deciding phase. Joining me in the studio is William Sharp, former campaign advisor to Hubert Humphrey and adjunct professor for communications at Lindenwood University. Welcome. Professor Sharp, is this the craziest election you've witnessed in your lifetime?
I haven't seen many like it. It's much different because of the way Mr. Trump's handled himself.
Is it only about Trump, or is it also about the other candidates? Like Bernie Sanders is a pretty extreme candidate, and then we have Ted Cruz, who's a pretty conservative candidate.
It's probably more Sanders. Trump and Sanders both are reaching people that are upset with the way government is and the way their representatives work. And so they're hitting the same people. But Trump has found a way to campaign without campaigning in a traditional way, by capturing each news cycle and running with it and doing it day after day after day after day.
Is it basically the media that has pushed Donald Trump so far because they gave him so much coverage, so many headlines, even though they were not positive, but people say there's nothing like bad press?
I don't know if, I don't think the media pushed him because they want him to be president. I think they pushed him because he's a good story, because he's always saying something that's outrageous. In the first part of his campaign, he was the, quintessential train wreck.
You think people didn't take him serious at the beginning?
No, I don't think they did at all. I don't think the Republican Party did.
Is that the reason now? Because is that why he's unstoppable now? Because they didn't take him serious and he won so many primaries in the beginning, and then he got so many delegates, and now he's basically unstoppable.
Well, you hear now people are saying, oh, well, Cruz and Kasich should have tried to combine together and stop him earlier. Well, Bush, Rubio, some of the others should have probably started a lot earlier to try to stop him then. They didn't take him seriously because they underestimated him, and they underestimated the passion and feelings of the electorate right now.
You mentioned that Trump, Kasich and Cruz are teaming up, basically, which has been made public. They've said it in public. Is that the first time something like that happened? Is it unprecedented?
No, it's pretty common, except usually people don't call press conferences to say that we're going to collude. But Trump's made too much out of it. I mean, this happens all the time. There was a campaign that, and I want to correct, I wasn't a campaign advisor. I was a worker bee for Hubert Humphrey. I went where he told me to go, or where his people told me to go. And one of those times was in 1972, when his closest friend, and he was running against him, the senator from Maine, Muskie, was running for president, and he was in the New York primary, and Humphrey wasn't. And so we got a call one day, and we went to New York and worked for Muskie to try to stop McGovern at that point.
Do you think that there's a realistic chance that Cruz or Kasich can stop him now? Or is he the candidate? Is the race over?
Not honestly, they can. Well, yeah, he can come in there. Rules are rules, and I believe in that. But there's one guy you got to look at here. A funny thing happened the other day, and that's when Rubio was asked if he would support the president, the nominee of the party. He said, I made that pledge, I will. And you hear Donald Trump saying a lot of nice things about Rubio. What possible reason would Trump do that? Because Rubio's got 181 delegate votes, and he can release those. And some of those, at least 22, might go to Trump. And that's what the way the board looks, it looks like Trump's gonna be 22 short if he doesn't win at all.
Quick outlook on the general election. We've talked about that Trump is the likely candidate for the Republicans and Hillary Clinton is the likely candidate for the Democrats. How do you think is it going to turn out?
It's hard to say. You got to see if these people that are so fervent now about Trump are going to come out to vote. It's not just Republicans, it's Democrats and it's independents that are fed up with what their elected representatives have been doing. Like the conservatives go to Congress and they say, oh, well, there's nothing we can do. And the Democrats, excuse me, haven't fulfilled what they've said they were going to do. This is a mini revolution. The people apparently see that there's an opportunity at least to turn over in a very dramatic fashion one branch of government.
All right, Professor Sharp, thank you so much for being here. The general election will take place on November 8th, 2016. It'll be interesting to see who the nominees and who the next president of the United States will be. For everyone at LUTV News, I'm Daniel Rottlaender. Thank you for joining us.